Hello everybody, welcome back to On the Bright Side. My name is Daniel, and I'm watching Code GEASS. Last time on Code GEASS, we had a bit of a fun episode. A cat almost exposed Lelouch as being Zero, as the entire school was tasked with finding it. Meanwhile, we are kind of getting to see Suzaku struggle against the discrimination that he was facing at this new school, but now he's joining the student council with us. And then we finish the episode by finally seeing the Emperor. He's intense. This episode, it seems like, since Princess Cornelia is really like gunning for us, we're gonna have to do something about that pretty immediately. So let's see what Lelouch decides to do. So if you're excited for this episode of Code GEASS, then you should do me a favor by subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single Code Geass episode going forward. Also, if you haven't heard, I'm going to start live streaming this Sunday. I'm going to stream Ace Attorney. It's going to be exciting, so if you want to see that, you should also subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and you'll get notified when I go live. Let's start in 3, 2, 1, go! 8 years ago. 2009. He looks like such an angry child. Oh, so this is after she was killed. That makes sense. That checks out. Look at all of these people. Greatest is... we'll see. I have no use for weaklings who get shot. Fun. Most sane anime dad. Attack! Cornelia! Oh, it's a beautiful day today. I'm sure no war crimes will be committed. We'll see. Yeah, I somewhat respect being all like on the front lines. Onigiri. That's, you know, it's fun. You'll learn. Maybe we own this cat now. No. Shut! Colin's about to kill her anyway. Well, she's having a thing. It's like everything's normal and then this is happening. Alright. Collecting points? Shit is going down, that's why. Yep. It's a decent plan. She always risks her life. How much is she actually risking her life with being in a giant fucking mech? That's a good question. The hair art. It's all about her. Hey, why? Hello? Well, I guess we lose now. Well, clearly that's false. Damn. Ooh. Look at how far he's willing to go. Oh god. Yay, there are some war crimes today. Alright. With this shit again. Stop calling me that. It's not real! Who knows? Oh god. Very good. Now let's see what we can do from here. Oh boy. Well, yeah. This way we have at least somewhat of a fighting chance. But as Lelouch said in the past, we need to take the commander's head. It is a lot like the Shinjuku incident. Why do I feel like there's gonna be something different though? You better get out there. Whew. That was a cool shot. She's a bit smarter than Clovis. I don't know if it's going to be that easy. You're talking to yourself. Is she talking to someone else in her mind or something? He's got admirable qualities, for sure. You can't really. Mrs. Arranged Marriage. I feel bad for you. I'm sorry. I'm very worried. Lelouch! You were dealing with Clovis, who is like a young man with no battle experience. Suzaku's right. Right in the middle of it. Well, it would have been really funny right in the middle of that. That's interesting. They're coming. Well, rest in peace, that guy. Yeah, about that, Lelouch. Maybe stop. There's someone with like that will. Damn. Yeah, they're not gonna. Come on, guys. You, well. This is going great. Excellent. I wonder if how much is this gonna, like, shake the confidence in that people have in Zero. Yes. What is he gonna do? Well. What are you gonna do, Lelouch? What? Yes? Hello? Who is it? Is it C2? Oh boy. The plot twists! Alright. Yeah, you're gonna have to get good. But who is the Zero? Yeah, I thought it was the hair. Oh boy. That's a promise. Alright, that was that episode of Code Geass. So, Lelouch has experienced his first almost defeat. Cornelia is brutal. She's been on the battlefield many times. She's not going to be as easy as Clovis, who again is just kind of like content to sit back and let everyone do his bidding. I mean, we saw how much of a coward he was when Lelouch faced him himself. So, but this is someone, Cornelia is someone who fully buys into the Emperor and his idea of the strong ruling over the weak and destroying the weak and all of that. You know, is an interesting thing because this isn't the first anime that I've seen that has had this, like, idea of, like, survival of the fittest and strong versus weak. It's an extremely common, like, anime thing to have, like, your main character is the weak one and they fight against someone stronger, right? Obviously that's just, like, classic storytelling because it makes the stakes high and it's like it's just satisfying when you have underdogs and stuff. But you know, I don't hear, like, in like Western media, I don't hear a lot of Western media that's like the weak will topple the strong. It seems to be like a very anime thing to explicitly have a villain who's all like, the strong must rule over the weak. And as we can see by this episode, Lelouch is certainly struggling against someone who believes in pure strength. It's a good, like, test, right? Because he wants to be able to beat his father, who is all about this thing. He's probably going to be much harder to defeat than Cornelia is. So, you know, Lelouch is going to need to change his strategy. Lelouch is also the type of person to, like he's willing to make sacrifices, but I wonder if he's going to be able to make the sacrifices necessary to really defeat this enemy. I imagine it's going to be a constant struggle from this point on. A pretty intense episode overall. I mean, like, I don't know if this will affect Zero's reputation as being all like, hey, you lost so many guys. We're not working with you, but we'll see. But it is interesting that Lelouch kind of, like, internalized that thing that the Emperor said to him when he was a kid about how he's basically worthless without the Emperor to protect him and everything that he's provided for him. It's interesting because, like, he parroted that kind of thing to C2. I don't know. Lelouch seems pretty self-assured about himself. So, like, I don't think he really believes that he's, like, nothing. He just like, was he going through life, basically, up until this point, thinking that he'd never get the chance to actually do anything? If so, that's kind of upsetting. I know a lot of people make this comparison. But it does basically remind me of, like, how Light was in the beginning of Death Note, being just like perfect student with, like, grand ideas, but, like, really no way to do anything. You know, that's mainly where the similarities between their characters end, but I think it's a worthy comparison, and at least that way. That they both just seem so bored by life beforehand. I hope to go deeper into Lelouch's psychology in the future. Him, like, threatening to shoot himself. Who knows? That gun might have not been loaded, but it probably was, considering that he was going out on a battlefield. Does he carry that around with him everywhere? Probably. To protect himself. It shows how much this fight means to him. And C2 helped us out a little bit. She's interesting. She seems like semi, like, you know, she's all like, can you really do this? Which I think is warranted, because it's all like, you're just a teenager. Yes, you have this power, but C2 seems like she has something that goes on within her mind. Like, I don't know if she was just talking to herself, or she has someone else has psychic powers to be able to talk to her. I don't know. I'm not ruling out the idea that, like, she's the only one with powers, because, like, where did she come from? How does Britannia have her? But she might be more willing to help us out. At the very least, she doesn't want us to fail just outright. So she'll help us out, at least to that extent. Otherwise, in the B plot this episode, it was mostly the characters on the student council with talking about relationships and stuff. It's interesting. I wonder how it's gonna play out. I would be surprised if Lelouch ever really like gets into a relationship with any of them. Colin is like pissed that Shelley's all like, "You like him, don't you?" And it's like, "Stop! No!" And I do feel like there's nothing there yet. I don't know if the show's gonna try to make it work, but Shelley and Suzaku had a bit of a rom-com moment. And you know, maybe that's just better for Shelley since he's probably more emotionally available. But what about Yuffie? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like super invested in the romance stuff. We'll see how it plays out if it gets like interesting in the future, but for now it definitely seems like a B plot thing. And then Millie is like dealing with this like arranged marriage, yet the blue-haired guy seems to be kind of interested in her. There's a lot of potential relationships that could happen, so it might be interesting. Who knows? Besides that, there wasn't a whole lot that happened this episode. It was mostly just Lelouch getting ass blasted. There were war crimes, of course. This show is just so like, you know, I feel like it's pretty good about like showing that because it's just so cold. The way that these fucking mechs just come up and gun down crowds of people. It's the reality of war on civilians, and it's terrible. It's a good way to make you immediately sympathize with Lelouch's cause. And I feel like this would be the type of show to like have me sympathize with Britannia, but I do not feel like that at all yet. Like, I know there are good Britannian citizens, and I know that like a lot of the discrimination comes from like ignorance, you know. They live in a divided city. But the closest thing we have to like a Britannian character who I can like empathize with is, I guess, Yuffie. She's not very present in the show yet though. So yeah, what will the future hold? How will Lelouch counterattack? The preview made it seem like he's going to create some sort of like special force that he can like his current strategy isn't working out. He needs to be more proactive, I guess. So how will we fight against Cornelia? If you liked this reaction, then you can let me know by leaving a like, and you can comment and tell me what you thought about this episode, and you can subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single Code Geass episode going forward. Anyway, I hope that I can make your day better, and I hope that you continue to have good days. Till next time, take it easy, everyone.